There are certain administrative responsibilities of a teacher. However, these might vary from universities to other universities to colleges. Nonetheless, to enlist a few: curriculum designing and enrichment, development fund planning, admissions, examinations, ensuring ragging-free and safe campus. Teachers are also a part of internal quality assurance cell. IQAC plays an important role in improving the quality of academics and other related activities of the institution. After working for some years, teachers also have to perform duties of being a part of the governing body of the institution. Another duty is maintaining proper attendance record, timetable making, and decision about workload. Now, let us come to the responsibilities that we owe to ourselves as teachers. The changes in teachers' role discussed in the last two sessions, along with the transforming cultural and teaching values, have generated a new understanding of teachers' work, commitment, dedication, and perseverance. However, these new emerging trends, requirements, and goals can be challenging at times. More so, as private and public cannot be kept separate but infiltrate into each other, these different role playing by us teachers mark a constant process of change, adaptation, and evolvement in our personal lives also. Amid this demanding schedule, it is our prime responsibility to sit and have conversation with our own self to ensure peace and stability. We need to reflect on multiple events, images, and voices that are an inseparable part of our work, so that some key ways can be designed to maintain a healthy work-life balance. Few of these can be: teachers should be sure about the values that are important to them and the beliefs that they value the most. These values and beliefs are substantial part of their social identity, and thus identifying them will help teachers analyze what are their expectations from their students, colleagues, and institution, and how will that be kept in front of the class or their colleagues. It will further assist them in challenging times. For example, punctuality is a very significant value for some teachers, and they cannot compromise on it. So before going to the class, the teacher should be very clear about how he or she will ensure the same from the students. Discussing what is important for you openly with your students will establish easy and peaceful environment. The second important thing is to understand your emotions. That is, how do they surface in different situations? Retrospect and think about the various ways in which you have expressed a particular emotion. Which emotion engulfs you more? Read them and see if emotions like anger and frustrations have been productive or destructive. Compare the expressed emotion of past, whether it is compassion, anger, or kindness, that helped to build a positive environment. This comparison will help you understand the difference of good and bad emotions and their degrees. This will further assist you to control certain emotions. For instance, at times, it is easier to sort things with a discussion among colleagues rather than strict actions. Another thing that you can practice is to comprehend the gap between action and its interpretation. For example, if a student is sitting with a dull face, it does not necessarily mean that your content or methodology is boring. Rather, it is possible that the student is tense because of some personal problem. So, how you interpret an action or situation increases the power of resilience. Everything is not about you. Next, bonding with your colleagues and students can be a big strength. Healthy relationships give you the space to express your emotions, problems, and expectations freely. It is like catharsis, purgation of excess emotions. This leaves you more balanced for a class. Remember, It is the other who is making a judgment about me, and that does not decide my reality. This makes acceptance easier. So when a student is reading me to be strict in a situation, it is based on his or her understanding of strictness. They are definitely not the universal traits of strictness. If you're called strict because you did not let your students smoke in the class, then it is definitely not being strict but being a dutiful teacher. Next, give yourself some time. Continuous speaking, managing, arranging, organizing, counseling, sorting can be tiresome at times. Fresh air, daffodils, and bright light can definitely rejuvenate anyone. Understand and accept the diverse nature of the world. We live in a large world that is filled with different kinds of people. Students, and so do our colleagues, come from different cultures and backgrounds. If you accept these differences, then working in collaboration will be much easier. Be open to learning. We have grown up proving our understanding and intelligence through questions. So how can any question be difficult now? Bring it on. We can always learn new things, explore and fathom the unknown depths to answer the harder and abrupt questions of our students. Another thing, the students might be aware of some of the fast-changing contemporary trends that we are not. They might know some technology-based applications, so it is always good to appreciate and learn from them. This exchange of knowledge can make the class both easier and interesting. Next, change and experiment with your methodology. Sometimes mere preaching or lectures or passing facts can be a challenge. For instance, passive students become a big task. So, it is good to be creative. Maybe some content that is too general to be taught, but a debate with your students on that topic can highlight some new sides of that topic. Learn the mantra of a different approach. Give your students some handouts and not always textbooks. Take them out and teach them communication by talking to different people. Let them understand life by meeting people and talking to them. Let them understand cinema by watching it. Be a facilitator and not the one who always thrusts his or her own views. Situations then will be easier and exciting. Changes are better than stagnation. At times, there is no harm to strive for a change, deliberate one, in our approach and conventional ways. Our world is in a state of flux. More than end, it is the process which is now important. So sometimes you should sit back and evaluate and re-strategize. Next, applause and appreciation are the best resources to rejuvenate anyone. Who does not love them? Teachers work hard not only to improve their students' skills and concepts, but also immensely contribute to their social and personal growth. Therefore, it is very important to recognize and congratulate your own self for the effort that you put in. You also work hard for cultural fest, sports meet, annual day. It's a teamwork. You and your colleagues have made this day successful after dedication and hard work of many days. So celebrate the successful completion of the event. Recognize each other's work. It spreads joy and peace. There is one more responsibility that we have towards us. That is, a constant need to enhance and enrich our learning process and knowledge. Some of the ways to augment our knowledge base are research, be it writing or editing books, paper published in journals or paper presentations. Second, professional development programs like refresher courses, induction programs, orientation programs, workshops, faculty development programs. And then, interdisciplinary programs and projects. These things not only help us to pursue fields of our interest and adds to our knowledge, but also enriches our teaching experiences along with enhancing our teaching skills. Teachers do not have to only prepare students for life, but also have to create a rich, meaningful life for themselves. Raise yourselves as you raise your students.